Aaron Judge is probably maybe a trip to the IL. He has a toe injury that he had, making an outstanding catch in the series against the Dodgers. He may be out, but the one thing that stood out to me, Scott, is that I looked at, and look, when you watch games, they have the team's records up there on, right underneath the team name. And you say, oh, Yankees 35 and 20. And they're like third, fourth in the AL East. And I look at the Dodgers, who have a same record, and yet they're first in their division. And I'm saying, how good is this AL East? Where everybody, it's one of those, like we talk about the in the NFC East last year, or the NFC West a couple years ago in football, where there's so many good teams within your own division that somebody is going to be on the outside looking in. How good is this AL East right now shaping up?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I'll tell you what, I saw the Toronto Blue Jays. I was with them early April. And, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is slugging the ball, and Matt Chapman's slugging the ball, and they've got a lot. They're a very good team, Bo Bichette. And, they've got some pitching. And I thought, man, this might be Toronto's year. That was early April. They're just another team in the American League East. I mean, it's
right.
Incredible. 2 of the 5 teams are winning more than 60% of their games. Of course, the Tampa Bay Rays have the best record in the major leagues, and you can see why. They've got what seems to be an endless supply of pitching. Shane McClanahan, Tyler Glasnow just came back. They have more. They lead the majors in homers. They lead the majors in stolen bases. So, in other words, they hit for power. Their offense is prolific. They can run. They can pitch. Baltimore Orioles are also over 600.
Yeah.
And then you go to the so-called other guys in the division. The American League East is the only one of the 6 divisions in which all 5 teams are over 500. Even the last place team, the Boston Red Sox, are a game over 500. So, yeah, it's going to be a sprint all the way through the summer for these. I mean, you would think if you're Tampa Bay and having gotten off to the start they got off to and winning at the clip they're winning at, you would think that they might be able to have a little bit of cruise control at some point this summer, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, it's and you're right. I mean, I think we could see all 3 wild card teams come out of the American League East. I mean, probably not, because Texas and Houston and the West are battling pretty good and posting good records. But, I mean, realistically, you could have all 3. You could have the division winner plus 3 wild cards. You could have 4 of the 5 teams make the playoffs in the AL East. It's probably not – probably 3 of the 5 will make it, but it could even be 4, which would be just, that's how good it is.
Scott, I'll leave you with one last question. This is more of just for me as a National League West fan growing up, as always. But what's more surprising to you, that the Diamondbacks are in first place or that the Padres are in fourth place?
That's a really good question, because both are really surprising, and obviously they relate to each other. I'd say the Padres. You have to go with the Padres because I always say you got to follow the money, like the Watergate days.
Right.
And I mean, for the Padres to have the 3rd highest payroll in baseball, only the 2 New York teams are outspending the Padres this year. So from that perspective, the talent they've amassed, you would expect the Padres, money doesn't always win.
Yep.
The money they're spending, you would think they'd at least be in second place, maybe third. But to be down in fourth is just that right now is one of the stories of the game, the Padres underachieving. One of the biggest stories of the summer, the Padres underachieving. That said, Arizona in first is pretty good, too, because the Dodgers have had a good year. It's not like the Dodgers are stepping way back. They won 111 games last year, and they're not too far off of that pace this year. But the Diamondbacks are doing so much right. I mean, Zach Gallen is the real deal on the mound. Beyond him, the rookie Corbin Carroll and other rookies, but especially him running the bases and doing what he's doing. That's a young, exciting team in Arizona, and we're deep enough in the season that I don't know if they're going to keep it up. I'm not going to sit here today and say they're going to win the division, but they they're going to be they've shown over long enough time that they're not just going to go away.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.